Welcome back to Hidden US Coins. What if I told you that sitting somewhere in an old jar or lying forgotten in your grandfather's drawer could be a small piece of silver worth more than a luxury treasure? Yes, I'm talking about ordinary-looking Washington quarters, the same coins you might have spent on a coffee years ago, but some of them are hiding a shocking secret. Because in today's market, certain quarters are selling for life-changing amounts. I'm talking about prices so unreal, they could make your head spin. Yet every collector knows these coins are very real. And in this video, we're diving deep into the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Washington quarters that have collectors across the United States going absolutely crazy. Stay with me till the end, because by the time you finish watching, you might just realize that you've been holding a fortune in your pocket all along. This is Hidden US Coins, where history turns into treasure, and every episode, we uncover the rarest, most unbelievable finds still hiding in plain sight. So grab your seat and let's begin with a coin that doesn't just whisper history, it roars with rarity. Next coin, number 1. In the year 1940, as America stood on the edge of a new era, a simple quarter was struck, but little did anyone know, one of these silvery coins would one day become one of the most talked about treasures in US. Coin history. This is the 1940 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark. It was born at the Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most legendary mint in the country. Back then, these coins weren't made for luxury. They were made for the people. They circulated through diners, movie theaters, and gas stations, carrying the story of America through every hand they touched. But what makes this one so different? Let's peel back the layers of time. This remarkable quarter carries the proud portrait of George Washington, America's first president, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. But here's where it gets fascinating. These early Washington quarters, minted from 1932 through 1964, were made from 90% silver and 10% copper, giving them that timeless shine, the kind of glow you can spot from across the room. The 1940 edition, however, carries something special. The silver used that year produced a unique greenish tone under oxidation, and that's why collectors around the world recognize this coin by its distinctive silver and green shade. On top of that, some rare examples developed black spats on the reverse side, natural oxidation marks that actually increase the coin's rarity instead of reducing it. Each of these coins is a small echo of American resilience, forged at a time when the world was on the brink of war. Now, let's talk about what makes this particular piece stand out in the crowd. The 1940 no mint mark Washington quarter doesn't carry any letter under "In God We Trust." That absence of a mint mark tells you it was struck in Philadelphia, and it's that very detail that sparks excitement among collectors today. The coin you see here, with its silver glow, green shade, and black spats dancing on the back surface, is not just a piece of money. It's a living artwork of history. Under natural light, it reflects a mystical contrast, silver waves rippling against soft green tones. Many collectors called it the Emerald Quarter, a nickname earned from its rare surface oxidation pattern that gives it an almost gemstone-like aura. Now here's where things get really exciting. Out of the millions of quarters minted in 1940, only a tiny handful have survived in very fine condition with this exact combination: no mint mark, silver green patina, and black spats on the reverse. Most were melted, worn down, or lost through the decades. But those that remain in pristine or very fine condition, they have become the holy grail for quarter collectors across the United States. Auction houses report that when one of these surfaces, especially with natural toning and full silver shine, the bidding wars turn explosive. Collectors from all corners of the country dive in, knowing they are not just buying silver, they are buying a piece of American time itself. And with every passing year, fewer and fewer of these beauties are left in the wild, making them even more desirable. The current market value of a 1940 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark, in very fine condition and showcasing its signature silver green tone with black spats, is soaring around $194,000. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just a coin, it's a hidden treasure. Owning one of these is like holding the heartbeat of history, wrapped in solid silver. The value of this coin is climbing month after month, and collectors are calling it one of the most unstoppable risers in today's rare coin market. Don't take this as a tale, it's the truth. The demand is skyrocketing, and experts predict the price will only go higher. This coin isn't just an investment, it's a fortune waiting quietly in someone's collection drawer. If you ever come across one, treat it like the crown jewel it truly is. For collectors watching this video, always remember, authenticity and condition are everything. When searching for a 1940 no mint mark quarter, look for those with natural toning, the kind that shifts between silver and light green under light. Avoid polished coins, as that can reduce the original beauty and value. Store these coins in protective cases to preserve the oxidation layer. That green and black contrast is exactly what collectors crave. And always keep documentation or appraisal certificates if you buy one at auction, because in the coming years, this coin could be worth far beyond what we see today. So there you have it, the 1940 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that tells a story of history, art, and timeless beauty, and a coin that today could transform from a small piece of change into a legendary fortune. If you have got an old collection lying around, take a closer look. You might just be sitting on something priceless. And remember, this is only the beginning. We've got 4 more quarters coming up in this video, each with its own unbelievable story, shocking value, and breathtaking rarity. So don't move an inch, because the next one might just leave you speechless. This is Hidden US Coins, where every day we reveal the coins that could change your life forever. Stay tuned, stay curious, and keep your eyes on your change, because your treasure might already be in your hands. Next, coin number 2. Now, let's move forward deeper into the vault of American treasures. The next coin in our lineup has a story that sounds almost impossible. A coin that, on the surface, looks ordinary, the same quarter you might have used for a vending machine, yet beneath that simple shine hides one of the most misunderstood and valuable Washington quarters ever struck. This is the 1965 Washington quarter dollar, with no mint mark, carrying that unmistakable silver shine that has stunned even the most seasoned collectors. But before we dive into its mystery, there's something you should know. This coin represents a turning point in United States coin history, a year when America's money changed forever. The year was 1965, and the United States Mint was facing a crisis. Silver prices were skyrocketing, and people had begun hoarding coins instead of spending them. The government had to act fast, so the Mint made a bold decision to remove silver from circulating coins. But here's where the story takes a twist. In that year of transition, while most 1965 quarters were made of a new copper-nickel-clad composition, a few mysterious quarters were accidentally struck on the older silver planchets. Leftover silver blanks from 1964. That's right, even though the official record says no silver quarters were made in 1965, a handful somehow slipped through the cracks. And those rare silver-based 1965 quarters are now some of the most sought-after treasures in the entire Washington series. Their composition? 90% silver, 10% copper, giving them a rich metallic luster and a silver ring when tapped, the kind of tone no modern coin can replicate. That's why, when you hold one of these 1965 no mint mark quarters in your hand, you're not just holding money, you're holding a mistake that became a miracle. Collectors know this coin for its unreal silver shine, a radiant gleam that stands out instantly when compared to ordinary quarters. Under natural light, it glows differently, brighter, smoother, richer. The silver surface often carries faint swirl lines, known as plancher flow marks, which give each coin its own fingerprint of authenticity. And remember, there's no mint mark because all 1965 quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally didn't use mint marks at that time. But it's that rare silver core inside this coin that makes it legendary. Many collectors call it the ghost silver quarter because it shouldn't exist yet. Against all odds, it does. Imagine a coin so rare, it broke the Mint's own rules and now commands a price that leaves collectors in awe. Out of the hundreds of millions of quarters produced in 1965, only a microscopic fraction are believed to have been struck on leftover silver planchets. Most experts estimate fewer than 20 genuine examples may exist today, and some of those are locked away in private collections, rarely seen by the public. That level of rarity is exactly what drives the frenzy in the coin world. Every time a new 1965 silver quarter appears at an auction, it sends shockwaves through the numismatic community. Bidding wars ignite instantly, prices climb in minutes, and seasoned collectors are left breathless. Why? Because these coins are tangible proof of history's accident, a moment when precision faltered and perfection was born. And because of their silver composition, these coins often survive the decades in better condition, shining like time capsules from another era. And now, the number that makes this story unbelievable yet absolutely true. The 1965 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark showcasing its unmistakable silver shine and preserved in very fine condition, is currently valued at around $148,000 in today's US. Rare coin market. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter, worth just 25 cents at birth, now stands as a hidden fortune. And the best part? The value is rising every single year. Collectors are calling it one of the most unstoppable silver errors in modern United States. Coinage. This isn't fiction. This is the reality of rarity. Hold one of these in your hand, and you are holding the kind of treasure that turns ordinary collectors into legends. And remember, every time a new auction record is set, this coin climbs higher, solidifying its place as one of the most powerful investment pieces in the world of US. Quarters. Now, listen closely, because if you ever want to identify a true 1965 silver quarter, here's how you do it. First, check the edge. A genuine silver coin will not show a copper-colored stripe instead. It will have a solid silver rim from edge to edge. Next, weigh the coin. A true silver quarter weighs about 6.25 grams, while the standard clad version weighs around 5.67 grams. That difference might seem tiny, but in the world of rare coins, it means everything. Finally, have your find authenticated by a trusted grading company like PCGS or NGC. If it turns out genuine, you won't just have a rare coin, you'll have a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Keep it sealed, stored in a temperature-controlled case, and never clean it. Every scratch, every shimmer of natural patina tells its story. So as you can see, the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter isn't just another coin, it's the survivor of a historical shift. A phantom relic from the silver era that defied all odds. It's a perfect reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures are born from mistakes, and that a simple quarter could turn into something beyond imagination. If you ever stumble upon one, you might just be holding a small, shining key to a six-figure fortune. And that, my friends, is why we call these coins hidden US. Treasures, because they remind us that history still hides in the most ordinary places. Stay tuned, because the next coin in our list will take the thrill even higher. It's a story that will leave you speechless and maybe, just maybe, checking every single quarter you own. This is Hidden US Coins, where every day we uncover America's forgotten fortunes. Next coin, number 3. Now, we step into the late 1960s, an era of change, chaos, and silent miracles in the US. Mint. The next treasure on our list might look modest at first glance. But behind its quiet surface lies one of the most hauntingly rare stories in the world of modern American coinage. This is the 1967 Washington quarter dollar, struck without a mint mark. A coin that whispers of the past and hides an extraordinary secret that only a handful of collectors have truly understood. If you've ever seen a 1967 quarter and thought it looked different, you might have been inches away from one of the most mysteriously valuable pieces of modern money ever made. The year 1967, America was in transition. The mint had just removed silver from circulating coins, and the country was adjusting to this new clad coinage, a layered blend of copper and nickel instead of pure silver. In this time of experimentation and adjustment, the Philadelphia Mint, which produced the 1967 quarters, was operating under intense pressure. Coin shortages had hit the nation hard, so the mint was producing coins around the clock, often skipping normal procedures like adding mint marks. The result? Every 1967 quarter was struck without a mint mark. But only a tiny number came out with striking errors, unusual metal tones, or unexpected flaws, and one of those became this very coin we're talking about, the 1967 Washington quarter with the mysterious black spot on the obverse. It's not dirt. It's not damage. That mark is a natural reaction, a trace of chemistry that occurred inside the minting process itself. Collectors now believe those black oxidation marks were born from slight impurities during metal layering, forming when the coin cooled too fast under immense pressure. And that's what makes this one so extraordinary. It's not a damaged coin, it's a mint-born phenomenon. The 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter stands out immediately when you see it. The front, or obverse side, shows George Washington's classic portrait, but this time, it bears a mysterious black spot that rests on the coin like a birthmark from history itself. Under bright light, you can see the contrast, a rich silvery glow surrounding that single dark mark. It's elegant, haunting, and absolutely unique. Each of these rare examples has its own personality. No two are identical. That natural spot, formed by oxidation during minting, acts almost like the coin's signature, proving its originality and adding to its collectible allure. Collectors around the United States have nicknamed it the Shadow Quarter because of how that black spot falls across Washington's profile, like a shadow frozen in time. While millions of 1967 quarters were minted, only a microscopic number developed this rare mint-born black spot. And out of those, even fewer have survived in very fine condition, untouched by circulation or cleaning. These shadow coins are so rare that major auction houses have listed them only a handful of times in the past decade. When one appears, the demand is immediate. Collectors chase them not only for rarity, but because they represent a forgotten chapter in United States. Mint experimentation. A glimpse into a time when perfection wasn't the goal, survival was. And now, with the growing global fascination for unique errors and visually distinctive coins, the 1967 Shadow Quarter has exploded in popularity. Online collectors, auction houses, and coin historians all agree this is one of the most underappreciated yet rapidly rising treasures in the Washington Quarter family. The current market value of the 1967 Washington Quarter with no mint mark, featuring the distinct obverse side black spot in very fine condition, is soaring near $142,500 in today's rare coin market. Yes, that's six figures for a single quarter that once cost just 25 cents. But the shocking part? This coin's value isn't just stable, it's rising every single season. Auction results show a steady climb, with new collectors entering the market every year. Some experts believe that within the next few years, these coins could easily cross the $160,000 threshold or more, depending on demand. And trust me when I say this, do not take it as fiction. This is real, tangible value recognized by top numismatists across the world. This coin is not just a collectible, it's a treasure of modern minting history, a symbol of imperfection turning into pure value. Holding one feels like holding lightning in your hand, rare, brilliant, and full of power. If you ever come across a 1967 Washington Quarter, here's what you need to do and do it carefully. First, inspect the obverse under soft light. If you notice a dark circular or oval-shaped spot that is part of the metal itself, not dirt or paint, that is a major clue. Second, look at the edges and surfaces. A genuine shadow quarter will have sharp details, no cleaning marks, and the black spot will not rub off. Never polish it, never wipe it, and never dip it in chemicals. That natural patina is the very reason collectors crave it. If you think you have found one, immediately get it appraised by PCGS or NGC. Certification not only confirms authenticity, but can instantly multiply its value in the marketplace. And here's a small insider tip. Because so few exist, even lightly circulated ones are now being snapped up by investors who understand the future of numismatic art. So, as we close this chapter, remember the 1967 no mint mark Washington Quarter isn't just another coin from a post-silver era. It's the miracle child of a metal revolution, a coin that defied uniformity, carrying a natural imperfection that transformed it into a legend. That dark spot on Washington's face isn't a flaw, it's a fingerprint of history. And today, it stands as one of the most intriguing and valuable coins from the 1960s, commanding attention and admiration across the U.S. Collecting world. Each year, as the market climbs, its legacy grows stronger. And if you ever find one tucked inside a coin jar, you might just be looking at $142,000 piece of living history. Stay with me, because the next coin in our list takes this excitement to a whole new level, a coin whose backstory will leave even veteran collectors speechless. This is Hidden U.S. Coins, your daily dose of America's hidden fortunes, forgotten treasures, and shocking truths buried in everyday change. Next coin. Number 4. 1984. A year of innovation, technology, and fast change across America. But in the middle of all that progress, one small coin quietly slipped through the mint's machines. A coin that would one day shock collectors with its mystery, beauty, and impossible rarity. This is the 1984 Washington Quarter dollar without a mint mark, and it's nothing short of a numismatic enigma. To most people, it looks like just another quarter from the Reagan era. But to those who truly understand the language of coins, this one is different. It carries a hidden story, one written not in ink, but in the metal itself. The 1984 Washington Quarter came at a time when U.S. coinage had fully transitioned to the copper nickel-clad composition, a sandwich of metals designed for strength, longevity, and cost efficiency. The Philadelphia Mint, where this no mint mark coin was struck, was running nonstop, producing millions of quarters every single day. But sometimes, even the most advanced machines make mistakes. And in this rare instance, a combination of metal oxidation, pressure inconsistencies, and die alignment flaws created something no one expected. A coin with brown layers on the obverse side and a dark black-toned spot on the reverse. It wasn't damage from wear. It wasn't corrosion from storage. It was a natural, accidental masterpiece of chemistry, a rare oxidation blend that gave this coin its stunning layered effect. Think of it like a fingerprint. No two 1984 no mint mark quarters share the same pattern. Each one is a one-of-a-kind relic of minting mystery. The obverse, or front side, features the timeless profile of George Washington, framed by those soft brown layered waves of copper and nickel that blend like aged bronze. Under certain light, it reflects golden undertones that shimmer beautifully. Turn it over, and the reverse tells another story. A deep black spot, perfectly circular, resting like an artist's stroke across the silver-gray background. It's hauntingly elegant. That contrast brown warmth on the front, dark mystery on the back gives this coin a dual personality that collectors find irresistible. It's not just a quarter. It's an accidental art piece, born from the unpredictable heart of the United States, mint itself. While millions of 1984 quarters flooded into circulation, this rare type with brown layering and reverse black toning exists in numbers so low, even professional graders struggle to estimate how many survive. Most were overlooked, mistaken for worn coins, and spent into oblivion. But the few that survived in fine or better condition have become high-demand treasures among error coin collectors. And make no mistake, these aren't seen as damaged coins. They're celebrated as natural mint-born oddities, where nature and precision collided to produce something breathtaking. Every time one of these appears at auction, collectors take notice. The bids rise fast, and the atmosphere turns electric because everyone knows these coins rarely, if ever, come back to the market once sold. Their scarcity has pushed demand through the roof, and year by year, they've climbed into the elite class of post-1970 Washington quarters. And now, let's talk about what everyone has been waiting to hear. The 1984 Washington quarter dollar, with no mint mark, featuring brown oxidation layers on the obverse and a natural black spot on the reverse, preserved in fine condition, is currently valued around $137,400 in today's coin market. Yes, over $137,000 for a coin most people would overlook. And here's what's even more thrilling. This coin's market value is rising steadily, year after year, as more collectors enter the modern mint era scene. Don't think this is exaggeration, this is the living reality of the numismatic world. As silver-era coins get scarcer, these post-silver rarities are skyrocketing in recognition and price. Experts are calling it one of the most promising modern quarters to hold a coin that has already proven it can transform an ordinary collector into a serious investor overnight. This isn't pocket change anymore. This is treasure in circulation. If you're out hunting for rare 1980s quarters, keep your eyes open because coins like this can slip past even trained eyes. When examining 1984 quarters, look closely at both sides under a soft white light. If the obverse shows uneven brownish or golden tones that seem to be within the metal, not dirt or stains, that is your first clue. Then flip it over. If you notice black toning on the reverse, especially if it forms a single distinct patch rather than random smudges, that could be the mark of a natural mint reaction. Handle it carefully, never clean, rub, or polish it. Authenticity is everything, and natural patina tells its true story. Finally, if you suspect you have found one, have it graded by PCGS or NGC for professional verification. Even in fine condition, a verified 1984 brown layer dual-tone quarter can command astonishing value among collectors and investors alike. That the 1984 no mint mark Washington quarter is more than a simple piece of change, it's a time capsule from an era of speed, technology, and beautiful imperfection. A coin created during one of America's most dynamic decades, and yet carrying the elegance of nature's unpredictable art. Today, its brown layers and black reverse spot make it not only a coin of value but a coin of soul. A reminder that even in the most ordinary places, extraordinary treasures still hide waiting for someone to notice their brilliance. And with prices reaching $137,400 and climbing, there's no denying it. This coin is a modern masterpiece that transforms history into fortune. So keep watching because we are about to step into the final chapters of this incredible list, where rarity meets legend and the next coin might just redefine what valuable truly means. This is Hidden U.S. Coins, bringing you daily discoveries from America's hidden treasures. Stay tuned. The next coin could leave you speechless. Next coin. Number 5. 1985, the middle of a decade, defined by bold music, digital dreams, and an America bursting with ambition. But in that same year, within the blazing furnaces of the Denver Mint, something truly extraordinary was born. A Washington quarter so rare, so mysterious, that even seasoned collectors call it a shadowed beauty. A coin draped in black and silver shades, marked with natural patterns that defy logic and command attention. And today, this very coin, in fine condition, stands at a jaw-dropping market value of $135,500. The 1985 D Washington quarter came out of a period when minting technology was strong, fast, and almost flawless. Billions of coins rolled off the presses with machine-like perfection. But perfection has its limits, and sometimes the smallest imperfection can create greatness. That's exactly what happened here. A rare combination of metal reaction, dye temperature variation, and environmental chemistry resulted in a coin that gleamed with black and silver dual tones, unlike anything in standard circulation. It wasn't deliberate. It wasn't designed. It was destiny forged in metal. Take a closer look at this 1985 with D quarter. The obverse side glows in alternating layers of jet black and metallic silver, as if night and light are battling for dominance across Washington's face. The portrait looks powerful, aged by contrast, and alive in tone. Turn it over and you will see it. The reverse side black spots that shimmer like deep stars against a silvery sky. They're not stains, they're signatures, each one a unique mark of nature's touch. Collectors say this coin looks more like an art piece than currency, a painting in metal, with every shade a chapter in its mysterious creation. The 1985 with D mint quarters were never known for rare errors. But over time, a handful of these shadowed dual-tone specimens began surfacing coins with that same striking contrast and reverse-side black markings. Each one sent waves through the coin community. At first, skeptics thought they were just darkened or cleaned pieces until experts examined them closely under magnification. What they found shocked them. These weren't after effects, they were mint-born phenomena. A rare oxidation pattern that occurred during the cooling phase of the planchets before striking, leaving natural, permanent patterns of tone and depth. As grading agencies began verifying these coins, their rarity became undeniable, and so did their price tags. Today, only a handful of known 1985 with D black silver quarters have surfaced in collector circles, most kept tightly within private collections. Their scarcity, combined with growing demand for natural-toned mint errors, has driven their market value into six figures. In today's market, a 1985 with D Washington quarter, displaying clear black and silver shades with natural reverse black spotting, preserved in fine condition, is valued at approximately $135,500. That's not hype, that's reality. And as collectors continue to chase these mid-1980s Denver Mint rarities, values are expected to climb even higher. To put it in perspective, what once cost 25 cents in 1985 is now worth more than an entire luxury car in 2025. When inspecting 1980s quarters, especially from Denver, D Mint, use a magnifier and pay close attention to natural black shading or oxidation patterns that flow with the metal, not random dirt or fingerprints. A subtle silver sheen underneath the darkness that is the signature mix of this phenomenon. The reverse black spots usually centered or near the eagle's wings. If you ever come across one, do not clean it. Natural toning is sacred. It's proof of authenticity and the reason for its massive value. Get it graded and encapsulated immediately through PCGS or NGC, and you could be holding a 5 or 6 figure coin in your hands. The 1985 D Washington quarter dollar reminds us of something powerful, that even in the age of mass production, true rarity can still be born from chaos. A perfect storm of chemistry, heat, and time created something the mint never planned yet every collector dreams of. Its black and silver tones whisper of mystery, its reverse spots mark its authenticity, and its $135,500 value proves that beauty, even accidental beauty, is priceless. So the next time you hold a quarter from 1980, look closer. That ordinary coin might just be one of history's silent masterpieces. Because up next, we step into the deeper side of Washington quarter legends, where values rise even higher, and one single coin could change everything you thought you knew about modern U.S. coins. Stay tuned, you are watching Hidden U.S. Coins, where every coin tells a secret story.